What up, everybody? This is Jay Slee, and this is Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored.
And I'm Melissa Ford, a.k.a. the Curve Queen.
Your boy Giovanni. Hello.
And we're back in the saddle, ready to roll, people. All right, so listen, before we get started, make sure you're downloading and subscribing our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and subscribing to the YouTube channel by sharing it to all of your friends, enemies, exes, and other people that you want to shit on themselves daily listening to our interviews.
You know, when I was traveling, I had so many DMs from people like, what are you doing? Are you coming back? I'm like, I'm coming back. I'm just living my best life, people.
And you do that very well.
Thank you.
Well, I've already said next year,
bikini life.
Next year, part of my travel plans are going to include a photographer who just shoots everywhere I go. I want to shoot. I want to do more travel blogging, you know, get out and explore the world.
Or you could hire a photographer once you get there.
That was deep.
Yeah, that too. But in order to create like a very seamless look,
Oh, get
when I used to have Brian in the meeting, I have to have a very consistent thing. But anyway, so we have a full hour of things to talk about. Melissa, what is happening in this crazy world of ours?
Okay, well, we should have a section called Thoughts and Prayers, because if there's not a school shooting, then there's some natural disaster happening. You know, that's just honest.
I thought you were talking about people visiting Planned Parenthood.
Well, no.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, no. Thoughts and prayers go out to the citizens of Guatemala.
Yes.
They had a volcano eruption, and there's been some really, really graphic imagery on the internet. Just a lot of
69 deaths.
75.
75,
and
wow.
over 190 people missing. The volcano is still,
active.
It's active, and it's still rumbling. There's a lot of, the first responders and everybody, trying to provide relief and looking for the missing. They're putting themselves in, harm's way, trying to find people. But, families have been, displaced and scattered, and it's
We posted a video on Hollywood
really
Unlocked
sad.
yesterday of a firefighter pulling a baby out of a hole.
Yeah.
And baby, thank God, baby looked very healthy and very okay.
Baby was looking like, where the fuck
Fuck
y'all
am
at?
I just came out the womb.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
But
no.
you never really imagine like how you would react in a natural disaster like that. I mean, can you imagine there was some lady on vacation. She must be in the industry because industry people were posting her, but she was in the backyard of what appeared to be a really beautiful house, and all you see is black smoke.
Yeah.
Can you imagine waking up to that?
No, I don't want to imagine something like that. And the reason why, I saw one really just disheartening image of like it looked like a man, and he looked like he was crawling over to one of his young children, and there was another child behind him. They'd all perished, in like the ash and whatnot that had come down from the mountain, the volcano, and it was just heartbreaking to think what their last thoughts were.
Yeah.
The last moments and their last thoughts. it's really sad. So thoughts and prayers go out to the citizens of Guatemala and everybody trying to rescue the missing.
And those of you in Hawaii too that are still struggling from the aftermath of the volcano eruption there. I mean, I've been to Hawaii. If you've never been to Hawaii, right?
Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
I've never been to Hawaii.
I mean, I'm always down to dash over there.
I'm going in August.
August.
Why I get so goddamn quiet when I say I'm going
Because I'm thinking August, I'm going to Brazil, I'm going to Thailand,
New
I'm going
Zealand.
to Singapore.
I'm going to Cancun and Hawaii in August.
I gotta go to Cancun.
Those are nigga getaways. The shit that's still close to the mainland. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I gotta go to Cabo in August, actually, when my girlfriend is getting married. Shout out to my girlfriend Julia.
I'll see you out there.
Yeah. Well, no, you won't.
Anyway, okay.
Sorry, my bad.
So what else is happening?
Okay, well, the NFL is back in the news, and because Trump is just, he's a douchebag. He reignited the anthem war with the NFL's Eagles by disinviting them to the White House. He's so petty, and not even in a clever way. He's just so basic in his pettiness.
He be acting like a bad bitch.
Where is Melania?
Somewhere staying down in trouble.
No. She sent out an SOS, like in this, I'm all right, it's okay. But if you looked at the first letters of every sentence she posted, it said help.
Wow.
That bitch is
So for those of you that know, we're talking about Donald Trump's wife has been missing. Nobody has seen her in the last 20 days.
Yeah. She went in for some surgical procedure.
Yeah.
And
I don't believe that. Melania has had it.
Yeah.
Melania is like, whatever country I came from don't do half the shit your ass is doing.
Yeah.
But you know, they're really trying to, and just with the going back to the NFL, you know, football is supposed to be America's sport, right?
Yes, it's as American as apple pie, yes.
So it's just like, okay, when do you sign away your constitutional voice or rights in this country? When do you stop being a human being and start becoming an animal? You know, or a pet. You know, I feel like they say that, you know, these people that are players, they have owners. The teams have owners, and they are treating them like slaves. Get out there and play. Don't have an opinion. Shut the fuck up and don't get out and whip your ass.
Oh, there's been a whole bunch of players that have, you know, compared football to modern day slavery. You know, and you know, I forget who it was that said that. If I think about it long and hard, I'll figure it out. But people, you know, he drew a lot of criticism for that because they're like, okay, modern day slavery, slaves were not paid like you motherfuckers are. But I understand it. It really is like a cattle call. You know, when it comes to they really are like, you know, kind of treated like chattel. But so Mueller has turned around, the guy who's investigating Trump. He's turned around and said, well, the Eagles, you all can come visit me where he's conducted. And they've accepted.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're going to go hang out with Mueller?
Yeah.
I can't.
He's like a really big fan. But what really irritates me about the fact that, you know, Trump just keeps on, you know, hammering home this part. First of all, let's talk about this. Trump doesn't even know the words to the national anthem, okay? That's number one.
We posted that video today.
Number two, that motherfucker doesn't know his right from his left because he will constantly place his, like, right hand over the left side of his chest. It's like, that's not where your heart is, boo. It's not, that's it. He's just an idiot. So it's just like, what's annoying is the fact that people are ignoring or might not even understand the fact that before 2009, players were not required to participate in the national anthem. It was because the Defense Department paid the league $5.4 million to encourage patriotism and also encourage people to enroll in the military.
But I think
and why not do that by having football players, these, you know, these people that men look up to, standing, you know, saluting the national anthem and the flag. It's like, it's bullshit.
Let me tell you something. As a kid in high school, junior high, I never did the Pledge of Allegiance. And I will tell you, when I first sat down and just refused to get up, I felt weird because everybody else was standing up. You have little Asian girls standing up and saying it, little Punjabis, little black boys. But when the Justice for All part came out, there was no justice for all because I knew the racism that I felt in school.
So this is what...
But my point is that for these football players, I don't feel it's fair to say you sign away they're not saying, could we go back to the fact that we've lost out on what we're actually talking about? They have not said we don't care about our country.
Right.
They're making a statement.
They are protesting police brutality.
And they're raising awareness to an issue in front of the mainstream part of our country.
What pisses me off is that people keep saying there's another way that you could protest. How? We've got a national stage, we've got your attention, and we're peacefully protesting. Obviously, dialogue is not working because cops are still out here murdering black people. So,
and I think what Trump's failing to realize is that, you know, when I used to work at the union and we would threaten the hospitals to take them on strike, we would say, okay, we would give them a 30-day notice. So now that you have 30 days to prepare for all of your employees to walk out of your hospital, which increases prices, blah, blah. So the fear of inflating prices, the fear of having to bring in scab workers to replace the workers and, you know, no training and just the chaos it caused, the fear of all that would force them to give in. But if they didn't realize, if they took the union up on their thing, like, okay, fuck it, we ready. And they had a plan together, like you can wear them out. Not to say you should, but my point is.
The union could wear them out.
They could wear the union out.
Oh, okay.
Because they would have been prepared. I feel it's the threat of something happening. So I say all that to say, with the NFL, if Trump would just say, let them do what they want to do. I think the thing would die out. I think what's keeping the cause alive is that you're fighting and making it an issue. So now you have a fight. Does that make sense?
Makes a lot of sense.
I feel like if he would just go away and say, oh, you know, don't care, not my problem. But the fact that he's actually the face of what I think people are fighting for. He's racist. He's a bigot. And he's just outright unconstitutional.
He's just trying to distract us from what the hell's really going on.
Where is Melania?
She probably in the basement.
She's wherever Patra is.
And where is the little boy?
That little boy looked the one that was falling asleep.
His son.
Yeah.
So there's rumors that he's on the spectrum of autism, and that just gets Trump's goat. He can't accept that. You know, he's used to.
Everybody being so perfect.
I have a nephew that's autistic. You know, those kids require a lot of help, and
that's why we don't see him.
No, a lot of help and support is what I'm saying. My point is that I just saw a video. We just posted a video on Hollywood Unlocked of a little kid trying to get Trump's attention. Then he hugged Trump. Mm-hmm. Trump didn't even look like he could give any fuck or compassion for this little boy. So if you have a son with autism, I don't see him playing with him,
he wouldn't,
or talking to him, or having any sense of compassion.
No, I couldn't see that. Trump is a sociopath. Okay, he lacks empathy, remorse. He's not even a whole human being. I'm sorry, he's not. So a kid like Barron, who if he is on the spectrum of autism, Trump would have no way to connect with him and wouldn't desire to do so because he'd look at his son as a failure. That's what he would see.
And that's Melania's son, right?
That's his son with Melania. Yeah. Exactly.
Melania,
was pregnant with Barron when he was fucking Stormy Daniels, just an FYI.
Melania, if you're out there, girl, call us. Where you at?
Exactly.
All right.
Come on Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored. Let's have a conversation.
What else is going on?
Oh, and I also just want to say Sarah Huckabee Sanders, suck a dick.
That name, Sarah Huckabee.
I hate her face.
That name coming with a
Confederate flag. Kellyanne Conway actually just came out and said that because Donald Trump they're talking about giving him the Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh,
for what?
What the fuck?
Yeah, they're talking about giving him the Nobel Peace Prize. So she said if they gave it to him, they'd be giving it to a president that actually earned it, unlike Obama.
Oh my God.
I really feel like we're watching. Wait. I feel like we're watching
a reality
the worst
show?
episode of The Apprentice. Like I feel like Kellyanne Conway to come out and say that Donald Trump actually earned the Nobel Peace Prize, unlike Obama.
Oh my goodness.
And where is Betsy DeVos? Our schools are failing.
That name.
It's crazy.
You know what? Let me just say this. Kellyanne Conway, you know what your karma is? I'm 9 years younger than her.
Oh,
That's your karma, is that you look like you've been dead for 20 fucking years. That's your karma, you fucking bitch.
Yo, she looks atrocious.
And you know what, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, you're right in line behind her. She's 35, okay?
Really? She's younger than me?
She's just looking like a fucking puddle. Bitch.
A puddle of what?
A puddle of shit. Muddy water. Just nothing you want to trek in your house.
Shout out to LeBron James, who actually during his press conference says, regardless of who wins the finals, nobody's going to the White House. I actually applauded him yesterday.
I did too.
I was at the nail shop.
That's you mean LeBron the James.
Oh my God! But by the way, I'm sorry. We just have to talk about the way he carried his, collected his bag.
That's why his name is LeBron the James.
Listen,
what?
Listen. The way sis picked up that bag. I mean, and she pushed through with her good Gucci shades. Nah, shout out to LeBron.
LeBron the James.
Okay. All right. So, I love me some hymns.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly.
That wasn't a gay way of talking about the boy from yesteryear. I love, I'm in here with this fresh haircut and everybody talks about whether or not I have a toupee. No, I do not have a toupee. I have a very decent barber.
Why do people think you have a toupee?
Because he raises off his forehead.
Because believe it or not, I have naturally curly hair.
Yeah.
I mean, I see the wave.
Yeah, but I trained my hair to comb a certain way. I wanted to look real Rico Suave-ish.
That's what I would say. That's the description I'd give you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I've been using hymns, and
it looks fuller.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's due to hymns. But no, I've been using it because, as we talked about on the show, 66% of men lose their hair by the age of 35. I am pushing a good old 41 this year. Yes, I am, and I'm very cute, so I'm not worried about that. But the thing is, when you start to notice the hair loss is too late, so you got to get in front of it. And you got to find people and brands that you can trust.
Yep.
And Hims has actually been the first one that I tried that I actually that's worked and that I do like. So for those of you wanting to know how to get this glow at 41, go to Hims, because it's not just for hair. It's also for skincare.
See, I don't use it for hair. I use it for my sexual wellness.
Well, you need to use it for your skin because I've seen some people still thinking that you're 40.
I am not 40. I am 32. Okay. All right. Anyway,
you was 31 last week.
Well-known generic equivalents to name brand prescriptions to help you keep your hair very healthy. No snake oil pills or gas station counter supplements. This is the easiest way to get your hair together.
So listen, all you bald niggas out there, especially you Tory Lanez, I'm talking to you. Okay, baldness is optional at this point. Your little short ass is short, and you can't get taller, but your ass can not be bald, okay? So I'm going to tell you what you could do. You got to order now. I need all of my listeners to tag Tory Lanez and say to get your free trial
of Hims.
Of Hims for just $5 right now. So tell Tory Lanez that he could get it for $5 while supplies last. See the website for full details. This would typically cost hundreds of dollars, and we know Tory got it, but we're going to save him some money, and you too, if you just go to forhims.com/unlocked. That's forhims.com/unlocked. And listen, Tory, you ain't the only one struggling with this problem. We all are.
We
going to get it together.
I ain't going to say his name.
Eric Bellinger, tag Tory Lanez. Tell him to go to forhims.com/unlocked. That's forhims.com/unlocked. forhims.com/unlocked. Get your hair today.
That's hilarious.
Kate Spade, rest in peace.
Okay, so let's talk about Kate Spade. This is a really sad story. And this is also just a cautionary tale that, people think that money solves all your problems.
Money and fame.
Money and fame. Fame is the biggest cause of your problems. This is an FYI. Yeah. But money is not going to solve all your problems. This woman was 55 years old. She had a net worth of over $200 million. And she committed suicide. And then she leaves.
And she had a 13-year-old daughter to live for.
But she leaves a suicide note for her 13-year-old daughter husband. And said, "This is not your fault. I will always love you as daddy." I'm sorry.
God. Wait. And then the cherry on top is our fucking sick world went and bought all her shit.
Oh, yeah. So basically, all her goods are being selling out everywhere. Kate Spade, I loved her clothes.
Okay.
I loved her clothes.
Can I just say that I didn't know who Kate Spade was, but when I started telling women yesterday, they were like, they were shocked.
Well, that's David Spade's brother.
Sister.
Oh, the sister. Okay,
yes.
I thought it was wrong. Okay.
Yes.
Is it David Spade's sister?
Yes.
The actor?
Yes.
I thought that was David Spade's brother that she had married.
Oh, sorry, sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law, yeah.
Sister-in-law, yeah. So, everybody's having this conversation about mental illness and whatnot.
And Kanye said that, his comments about slavery were attributed to bipolar disorder.
Or opiates or Ambien or whatever. Because apparently people just want to blame,
Do you think Kanye is bipolar?
Absolutely.
Do you think that's why how do you say slavery?
Look, he's a Gemini.
How does being bipolar make you say that slavery was a choice?
I just don't know.
I just think, like I say, ever since his mother passed, he just hasn't been right. And he thinks
but how does bipolar disorder make you say slavery is a choice? Denounce 400 years of slavery.
I don't know. I just think it's
the same reason why Roseanne blamed her racist comment on Ambien.
Yeah.
And the makers of Ambien were like, we make you sleep, not racist.
Because
Sorry.
after a while, once he looked back at the stupid shit he said and all the backlash he's got, he's trying to get out of it and blamed it on bipolar.
Okay, back to Kate Spade. May she rest in peace. People, you have to understand something. Call and check on a friend. Somebody posted something yesterday that said, even the strong need to be checked on.
It's very true.
That was deep.
And I've been very open with struggling with different things, and I don't think it's any one thing in general. I think mental illnesses run in my family. My mother was bipolar. She was. I think she was borderline schizophrenic. Her mother was bipolar. Her father was sick. Just travels, and then you just never know life. When you start hitting certain ages, the mind starts to work in a weird way, where you start to evaluate life, and then you start to wonder how many more years you got. Life just gets heavy. So I really feel like, those of you that have people out there who are struggling or whatever. Like I thought Takari's interview. Were you here for Takari?
No.
You were here for Takari.
Somewhere else.
It was me and I thought, even though there's so much controversy around, what is real, what isn't real. I called Jackie Christie and I said, Jackie, I just interviewed your daughter and she said a lot of things about you. It's going to come out. She was really dismissive about it all. I'm like, at least have the something to call her and just talk, because you don't know, that call could change the rest of her life. It could change the rest of your life.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's
but the letter to her daughter, that girl, Daddy, this girl is gonna remember that for the rest of her life.
I'm just, you can't ask her, like, why would you think that would be okay to ask Daddy? So I want to know what Ask Daddy means. I'm sorry. I'm very, very curious.
From what the reports say today, we posted on Hollywood Unlocked that they were going through a separation. So whatever caused the separation, she's now probably using as the aid that made her make the final decision to kill herself.
Well, that's unfortunate, because that's going to be a stain on her daughter's life for the rest of it. And who knows what kind of guilt her daughter's going to be living with, regardless of the fact that she said none of this is your fault or whatever the case is. Like, I mean, I in no way, shape, or form had anything to do with my father passing away, but the guilt that I felt for, being a teenager and not always wanting to be around my parents and whatnot. Like, when he finally passed away, I felt guilt and anger for almost 20 years that I had a hard time releasing myself from. So, it's just so sad that she went out like that.
I'm sure that this is going to really dictate the relationship with her father now, because, it's like, what did you do? So
what did you do to make my mommy kill herself? Apparently the nanny found her hanging on a doorknob. Oh. How do these details get out?
Leaks.
Okay, before everybody goes crazy in my comments, Kim Kardashian has no melanin.
Well, she does have melanin. We all do.
But she ain't the melanin queen.
No, she's not.
Okay, I just say that because one time I was laying in bed and I was just fucking around with people, and I saw a picture of Khloé Kardashian, looked a little bronze, and I put it on Hollywood Unlocked, and I said, Khloé Kardashian, melanin queen. I got 11,000 complaints.
Yes.
Literally 11,000 comments. Comments and on Instagram and Facebook. Actually, Facebook. Before we go any further into today's show, I wanted to just address a couple things, because a couple celebrities have been on the Hollywood Unlocked page. A couple of my most favorite celebrities have been on the Hollywood Unlocked page and have had a lot to say. So we were invited to attend Chris Brown's daughter's 4th birthday party. They planned this big party. Shout out to Nia Guzman for inviting us. And I've always said, openly, that I have affection for Chris. I think Chris is dope. He's cool. I mean, he's changed, and our relationship has changed. So we went, and one of my writers, Alyssa, went to the event, and she, captured it. At Jerusalem went also, and so they went and captured it, and very, very beautiful. So when they sent the story over to me, I think the title was something, exclusive. Hollywood Unlocked goes behind the scenes of Royalty Brown's birthday party, and I used my discretion as the CEO to change it, and the title was Chris Brown No Show at Royalty's birthday party. Because that to me was the story. It was a beautiful party, and the video showed that, but he did not show up. It was amazing. They spent like over $30,000 on this. But what people didn't realize is, from what I was told, in planning to this, when we were invited to things, I asked, who's going to be there? What's going to happen? What's going to look like? I was told Chris was going to show up and perform for his daughter and sing her happy birthday. And he didn't. And I, people have to understand, when I tell stories, or when I guide my team in telling stories, a lot of who I am and where I've been is in that. There were parties my father never made. There were parties my mother never made. And I know what effect it had on me as an adult. So I felt like I wanted to get Chris's attention, and I did. So Chris went on Hollywood Unlocked, and he went off about, we shouldn't be focused on the negative and blah. He paid for it. Where was I at? Blah, blah, blah. So I reposted that, and I said Chris Brown sounded off in the comments, but he still didn't tell us where he was. He went off again. He went off 2 more times. Still didn't talk about it, but nonetheless, I always want to be clear. I am not a Chris Brown hater, but Chris gave me more of an answer about why he wasn't there than he did his own daughter. So, to that end, happy birthday to Royalty. Thank you, Nia. I was with Nia last night for her birthday. She just celebrated her birthdays today. And, shout out to Chris. For me, it's not personal, bruh. Just wish you would have showed up. The other person that commented was Khloé Kardashian. She sounded off on our comments because we had posted a picture of Kim Kardashian and Tristan Thompson, basically saying something or whatever. But she basically said, "There's no story here."
Wasn't it that she's listening to Taylor Swift and not listening to Kanye or something like that?
Yeah, that she listened to Taylor Swift because Kanye had mentioned Tristan's cheating in his music. And so she said, no story here. Love my brother-in-law, love my sister. So she cleared up that rumor. We reposted that.
Okay. Well, speaking of the Kardashians, Kim was just honored for the very first Influencer Award at the CFDA, which stands for the Council of Fashion Designers of America. It was hosted by Issa Rae Issa Rae of Insecure fame, and she took a dig at Kanye while Kim was in attendance, and it was clever. I got to give her props for that. She joked, "I'm about as fashionable as Kanye is black, only when it's convenient." That joke was my choice, just like slavery. It was clever. It was clever. And she also wore a belt that had the words "Every nigga is a star" emblazoned on it, which is a line from Moonlight song soundtrack. But yeah, so thoughts on that? I mean, like, how do you think Kim felt in the audience when that?
I mean, this is, I would say,
that statement was made.
Well, what do you think, Gio?
I think, well, I don't know how she felt, but me personally, I mean, knowing that she's a comedian, I would took it lighthearted. Like, you gotta laugh at your own fuck ups. Knowing Kim, she probably did the fake smile chuckle, but was probably pissed on the inside.
I will go on to say, I'm going on the record to say, Kim Kardashian is the strongest woman in Hollywood.
I could see that a little bit. What you mean by that?
She took the sex tape on the chin and turned that into a lemonade business. She's been with Reggie Bush, all these different men. She's been labeled a whore, a slut, no talent. Why are you taking all these pictures? Why are you so rich? Why do we even talk about you? Why? And 20 years later, almost, we're still fucking talking about it.
Yeah.
She's raising 3 kids who are black kids, which is raising 3 black kids and you ain't black. It's not easy. My mom struggled with that shit. Your mom struggled with it.
Yeah,
it's
my hair
not
tells
easy.
The story.
And she walks in a room and knows she's judged every time she walks in the room.
Damn.
Now,
that's true.
And this is just, she's just a representation of most women who are beautiful or not beautiful, just women in general. Women are just judged anyway. But Winnie Harlow, who's a friend of mine, posted we posted a picture of her on Instagram. She posted a picture of her and Kim Kardashian and said, basically, you've inspired me because I've been a woman that's been criticized or whatever and so forth. She was some nice thing. And another model attacked her, saying like, basically, sis, shut up. You know you full of shit. And so Winnie went back and elaborated on why she said that. But I mean, I feel like, do I think Kim Kardashian really gave a fuck about Issa Rae? No. Because I think she's taking bigger things on her chin than that. But it was so clever, though.
Yeah, it was a clever joke. And I agree with you. At this point, I don't think she gives a solid fuck. You know, everybody was looking at her Twitter account to see if she was going to clap back, but we received crickets instead.
Yeah, but it's just like
but maybe she just felt like she didn't even really need to address it. Like, what's to address? Like, that is Issa Rae's thoughts. Like,
on top of
a lot
all
of people didn't
that,
like his comment.
She was robbed at gunpoint, tied up, and put in a bathtub, and almost killed in Paris. I mean, like, what else can the girl do? I mean, damn, her stepdaddy's a woman. Her fucking husband is getting fucking fat sucked out of his body.
And on opioids.
Damn.
Apparently. Well, she did accomplish something with that meeting with Trump. So what was the headline?
Let's talk about that. Trump and the rump.
Yeah.
See, even that, she was discredited. She's just the rump.
The Kim Thong Un was the the New York Post's headline.
The jokes are fucking funny, but like, think about it. She went to the White House to get this woman out of prison. Now, we don't know what her motives are. Maybe it's to set up her successful run as first lady.
No, I highly doubt that shit.
Trump is our fucking president.
I'm sorry, I believe it.
Right?
I absolutely believe that she's setting herself up to have some kind of...
She's creating her agenda.
Some kind of peripheral career in politics or...
She's creating her agenda.
There. She is. We just don't know what it is yet.
You chose prison reform? You ain't been in prison. Your family ain't been in prison. Why did you choose prison reform?
So she got this woman out of prison.
Yeah, she went to the White House and got the woman free.
Yeah, so exactly.
Pay attention, people. If you ain't woke, wake the fuck up.
Yeah, so the woman's name was Alice Marie Johnson. She was 72. She's a 62-year-old who was sentenced to life without parole in 1977 for money laundering and drug conspiracy charges. Jesus, that seems a little harsh.
But why does she seem more woke than Kanye?
Kanye's a Kanye.
I want the old Kanye.
Which college dropout?
College dropout.
Well, his mom was alive then.
Yeah.
People say Kanye is before her death and then after death. Two very different people.
I can see that.
Yeah. So.
Well, congrats to Kim Kardashian for getting this woman out of prison that was facing life.
So she's been granted clemency by President Trump, and oh my God, those words actually left my mouth. By Trump after Kim made a visit to the White House last week.
I wonder, what is she like? Is it like can you let this woman out, or
like,
come on, give me a
dude.
Yeah. Like, what is that conversation like?
Yeah, come on, like.
What are you gonna do for me, Kim?
I don't think, okay, see, the thing about it is most presidents, for the most part, follow history, right?
Yeah.
So, like, for her to go there, I don't think Trump follows history. I think Trump does whatever he's feeling at the moment.
All right, we'll let her out.
Kim Kardashian, pretty girl, can't touch a vagina. Okay.
Yeah.
Can't do that, but listen, we gonna let the bitch out.
And grab her by the pussy. Yeah. So apparently this wasn't just because Kim showed up at the White House. She didn't say, "Can you let her out, please?" He's like, "Okay, give me the paperwork right now." She had been in talks with Ivanka and Jared Kushner alongside her lawyer for several months. So this was a process that had happened, but I guess just the visit to the White House was basically what, sealed the deal and put ink to paper.
I wanted to see.
We got it. Do you want to do your little? Was that Donald Trump or was that Burns from The Simpsons?
I wanted to see her ass in person. That's what he was. That's why.
Was that
50-50.
Burns?
That's 50-50.
I can't do it as good as I normally can, but that's what he was thinking.
Yeah, that's about 50-50.
So, well, listen, we got to give the girl her props. She did something nice.
No, I props are given. Absolutely. I mean, I'm sure that Alice Marie is really happy.
How long was she in there already? Does it say?
Since 1977, Negro.
Since I was born 40 years ago.
Shit.
That is unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. Oh well.
So listen, shout out to the champ who has now regained his #1 position as the richest athlete in the world.
Who had it? Who knocked him off the plat?
Nobody. It's just he just made so much more money last year. He
put
back in
himself in
#1
second
again.
place.
Okay.
They say a reported $285 million by Forbes. I'm trying to figure out the timeline because if you put Pacquiao and Conor McGregor in there, then that would be more. But apparently that must have been after because he took a year off from from Birdo or whatever. But hey, listen, shout out to Khloé. All he know how to do is make money and spend money.
And he has residual income that I just found about, which is crazy.
Well, God bless him and the rich. All right, we're going to get to some music, but we'll be right back. All right, so I was in the airport on my way back from New York, and I saw this bookstore. I can't believe bookstores still exist when you have companies like Audible. As we've talked to our fans about Audible, one of our sponsors, and since using it, I've found a lot of really good books, and I've been inspired to start reading a lot more. But there was one book in particular that I downloaded on Audible that I actually bought a hardcover book. Is it hardcover book? Paperback? What the fuck is this?
That's a paperback.
Well, I bought a goddamn paperback. Y'all know I don't read shit but niggas in the street, so I went and got a book. I bought this book at the store in the airport because I had downloaded on Audible and I've been listening to it. The 48 Laws of Power, changing my life right now.
Amazing book.
It's an amazing book. I will tell you, if you want to be a savage in the business, you got to go to Audible and get this motherfucker because it's a lot. And there's a lot of names of emperors and shit that you can't pronounce, but the Audible will do it for you. So I've read the names and I've heard the names and I know them from listening to it on Audible. But this book is a must.
And then there's Google, like if you want to know a little bit more about the history of the emperors and stuff in that book. But
I be Googling sex tapes. I ain't got time to Google no emperors.
Okay. Well, I love Audible because I am a voracious reader, as you all might have
What does
guessed.
voracious mean?
It means I really like to read a lot.
Okay.
And one of the books that I actually downloaded was Tears We Cannot Stop. And it's by one of my mentors, Michael Eric Dyson, who we are going to have on the show when his schedule settles down. And, Audible is my friend because, literally, I just got off like 500 planes. So I got a lot of time on my hands to either watch movies or read or listen to books. And Audible is definitely a really dope way to, pass the time and learn something new.
Yep.
It's awesome. So what are you reading, Gio?
The Bible. All right, that's what I'm reading. The Audible does carry multiple categories.
Do not read the Bible because last night at the hookah lounge, you was a straight up Jezebel.
Hey man, God's still working on me. But back to Audible, they carry a lot of categories from classic, erotica, sexuality, romance, mysteries, thrillers. So you get a whole plethora of things.
So you're reading the Bible and you skipped over the erotica section. I don't believe you. You need more people.
So let's tell our viewers how they can get their own Audible and go get the 48 Laws of Power to learn how to fuck over everybody in their way.
Well, if you guys want to fuck over everybody in your way, all you got to do is go to audible.com/unlocked or you can text unlocked to 500-500. So that is audible.com/unlocked, or you can you can text unlocked to 500-500.
Don't say we never did anything for you. It's the gift that keeps on giving. When you first get the free trial with audible.com, that's the first gift. Then when you get this book and you go and you fuck over everybody in your way, that is the second gift.
Yes. Audible.com/unlocked or unlocked to 500-500. Okay, so Kanye had a listening party. Has anybody listened to his album?
No,
I heard one song. And
I'm not listening to anything.
I got invited to that. I should have went.
I'm not listening to the album. I'm not downloading the album. I'm following anybody that posts about
good.
it.
Hold on, sidebar. You got invited to Wyoming.
No, not
the ranch.
No, the one in L.A. The one in L.A. The listening one in L.A.
Why would he not be invited to Wyoming?
Yeah, Miss Diddy got invited and she went. Why can't I?
You ain't Miss Diddy.
But I'm Giovanni goddamn Watson.
Well, you didn't get an invite, motherfucker.
I got an invite to the L.A. one though.
Oh,
listen.
Okay. They were sending private jets and shit for the one in Wyoming.
I guess we're considered influencers. I don't want to go, and you know why? Because it's a choice.
Well, I do have to give a shout out to my girls, Miata and Masa David. They were the ones that put on the event.
They didn't invite me.
The one with the big ass bonfire?
It was on the ranch.
The one in Wyoming.
Yeah, the one in Wyoming.
They didn't invite me.
They did an amazing job with that.
Well, they'll never be asked back, basically.
Why?
Because the ranch owner was like pissed off with the amount of noise and
niggas.
And yeah, basically, probably. Niggas.
Well, God bless them, and I hope, again, I didn't go, I wasn't invited, and if I was, I wouldn't.
Listen, I heard a few songs, they were really good. You should download it, bro.
I'm hearing.
Let me explain something to you. The damage he did with that reckless ass rant is not worth my time.
Well, I bet not catch you in no Yeezys.
Oh, I got a pair of Yeezys, but you know what? When I was at the store the other day buying these beautiful ass Balenciagas, I looked at some Yeezys. I was like, damn, I need some Yeezys. In New York, I bought some shoes at the Flight Club. Shout out to Flight Club. Gave me a little, on the low. But there was Yeezys there, and all the colors that I always wanted, and I honestly didn't even find them attractive anymore. No, I feel some type of way. Well, I really do.
Okay.
I feel like we should. You can't talk about the NFL saying that niggas can't take a knee and then in the same breath can't wait to rush out and buy Yeezys and download Wyoming for a nigga who denounced slavery.
I agree with you 100%. Like, I'm not one of those people that needs to go online and say, I boycott this and I boycott that. My boycotts are silent.
Yeah.
I don't watch football anymore, and I was an avid football fan. I fucking called when the Giants were gonna win Super Bowl both fucking times. Like, I called scores. Like, I love football. I will not watch it anymore because that's my silent protest.
I was going to say, thank you for bringing that up. For the NFL, people, you really have more power than you know. Let me tell you, when I ran the union, when I was the director of the labor union, I had about 150,000 workers under me, whatever. We had a boycott list. We did not support Walmart because Walmart was it's the biggest big chain retailer in the country that's multi-billion dollars owned by a family. It's almost like the Rockefeller story all over in retail. And these people would employ people for minimum wage or low wages and make them go get government-funded health care. So as a healthcare organization, we were just like, healthcare union, we're like, wait a minute. Not only are the working conditions not bad, not only are you fighting them from unionizing to fight for better working practices or working conditions, but you're also paying them minimum wage and making them go make us, taxpayers, pay for their health care. So I said, we put them on a ban list, and all internationally, we just did not support Walmart. And I remember, you need that cheap deodorant. You need that cheap this and that. Sometimes you got to take that black coin and put it somewhere where it's gonna count. Where the harvest will come back to your people. And I just feel like the silent protest of not watching. If you pay attention to who the brands are that are sponsoring the NFL and stop supporting them and publicly denounce supporting them. So if it's Pepsi, if it's Pizza Hut, you can go without Pizza Hut. Go somewhere else.
You can't.
You can. I mean, what you have to do is you do have to have your research because Pizza Hut and Taco Bell are the same company.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like it's you can protest one particular brand, but you don't know that brand is an umbrella with a whole bunch of other brands that you support underneath it. So when it comes to protesting, you can do it blindly, you can do it half-assed, or you can do your homework and really commit to it. You can be vocal about it, or you can just be like, this is my own personal protest. I don't need to tell the world or whatever the case is. But when it comes to football, I just have a real problem with the way that Trump has successfully changed the narrative. It was a protest. The kneeling was a protest against police brutality. It has now been reconstructed to be a protest against America and patriotism. And it's wrong and it's bullshit. And, black people continue to get shot and maimed and fucking, just arrested for nothing, and abused by police. And the problem is it still exists. I'm not watching the NFL. I refuse.
Well, there you have it, people. We are NFL'd out.
Yeah.
All right, what else is popping?
Okay, so Jay Prince says that Drake is sitting on a career-ending diss. He was just recently on The Breakfast Club, and Jay Prince is a scary motherfucker.
Yeah, man. You don't want to fuck with him.
He's like the godfather of hip-hop, from what I've heard.
He really is, yeah. He's CEO of Rap-A-Lot Records. He's got a book that just came out. We got to get him on the show. At least
I ran into his son, Jazz Prince, last night. We did, and I invited him to the show tomorrow, so hopefully he comes because, they not only out there running Houston, but they got influence all over the country when it comes to this hip-hop game. And I really am intrigued by understanding how that came about. You remember when Puffy and Drake got into it, and Jay Prince stepped in, and it got a little uncomfortable out in these streets because Puffy's a powerful person and he has ties to these streets, just like they do. And people don't really understand. I mean, we had T-Money here on the show that pulled the veil back a little bit on the influence that street culture has on entertainment, but this shit is really real in the streets.
I'm just really interested on, it's a rap battle, rap beef, and I heard the interview that he said, and he advised them not to release it. And I'm like, this is a beef. Pusha T went very personal, but apparently I guess Drake went to a whole nother level that can end Pusha T's career. But at this rate right now, Drake, you lost, bro. You are supposed to take this man out the way you did Meek Mill.
I mean, Drake sent out a press release and an apology or something.
Pusha T?
No. It was about because Pusha T put out the blackface. The blackface photo. So Drake felt the need to apologize like all us good Canadians do. I swear to God, we've got like a black belt in apologies. You could step on our foot and we would say sorry. Sorry. It's just,
God bless you, because I'm not.
It's a Canadian thing. We always say sorry. I had to stop myself from saying sorry.
Well, one thing that ain't sorry is Miss America.
Well, yeah.
I'm mad about that.
They don't got to pose in bikinis anymore.
Your ratings are about to go down like Monica Lewinsky on Bill Clinton.
Wow.
Me too.
Wow.
Yo, I hate that they are not doing the swimsuit segment anymore. That's
and they're changing it from pageant to competition. That's even worse. Isn't the word competition worse than a pageant? A pageant is like,
oh yeah, it's absolutely
now
worse.
You're saying we're women that's gonna fight for like the affection or for who's more beautiful.
As if we're not already pitted against each other on a daily fucking basis, Yeah.
Is Steve Harvey still the host?
What cunt came up with that rule?
Did you say cunt?
Cunt. I just wanted to use that word cunt because when I was in London, they were like, that cunt. I'm like, is that a bad word?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad there too, but they're just way more liberal about it.
Why is cunt a bad word though?
It sounds so bad.
Because we've designated it as such.
Man, what's up, my cunt?
Yeah.
No, that shit's like...
You want to know why cunt is seen as a bad word? Because of what it references. It references a woman's vagina. So if you're calling somebody a cunt, you're basically trying to insinuate a sense of worthlessness. It's why it's why dudes who say, like to your boy, stop being a pussy. Because the worst thing you could be is, God forbid, a woman.
Okay, but in some countries, fag is a cigarette.
Yeah. I mean, but
that's... What country is fag a cigarette?
In the
UK.
Paris?
UK?
In the UK.
Can I get a fag, bruh?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm sure you.
Shut your ass up.
You left yourself way open for that, motherfucker.
Well, you know what?
Pause, Melissa, pause.
Way open.
I get a fact. So if I go over to the UK, I gotta adapt to that culture and say, "Yo, can I get a cigarette?" Or
just walk up to the club and just say, "I'm out here looking for fags." Can't seem to find a fag anywhere. God damn. Look, if I don't get a fag suit, I'm gonna go through withdrawals.
Do you have a fag after sex?
Oh boy, I need a fag right now.
Well, listen, I just want to say boo to the Miss America competition. Your rating's gonna drop. ABC, I hate it, and I'm not watching. I'm boycotting.
You're boycotting.
It. Yes,
you're boycotting.
Well,
okay.
I hope Steve Harvey shows up and forgets that they banned that and brings it back. Did you get the joke?
No, I didn't.
You're dumb. Steve Harvey forgot.
The way you listen, you said I'm dumb, and you really meant that shit.
I really did, like in the most offensive way. I did. I mean, you just showed me that I need to rehearse for next season of Wildin' Out because my timing was a bit off.
Yeah.
Can I tell you? Side note, because the next story, who I ran into last night, randomly walking down Hollywood Boulevard.
Who?
Paris Jackson.
And I didn't believe him.
Paris Jackson. She was walking down the street with one of her friends, and I was walking down the street with my friend. And I said, "Hey, Paris." And she said, "Hey."
So beautiful.
She's a real pretty girl.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
She's really pretty.
I want her on the show.
You know what? I wasn't going to like fan out and do all of that bother. Like, you know what I mean? This is like royalty.
I wish I was with you.
She could take
my
a
friend
picture.
that was with me was getting ready to turn around and go grab her, but I had to tell him we don't do that in America.
All I had to
was
say
it,
was, look,
David?
I'm from Gary, Indiana. She would have stopped and talked to me.
First of all, you were not going to stop and remind her that you're from where her dead dad is from.
But she goes there and visits every August.
Who cares? She was just walking with her friend. It's just one of those, hey, girl, you know.
How old is she now?
So I say that to say, Janet Jackson's calling 911.
She called 911 to do a welfare check on her 1-year-old son.
With her billionaire baby daddy.
Yeah, with her billionaire baby daddy.
Look, I'm not going to lie. Do not judge me. But all I saw was welfare check. And Janet Jackson, I said, what the fuck did happen now?
For the Geo Army that celebrates his ignorance, he does not read the notes. Of course, she's not calling for a welfare check. Janet Jackson got coins.
And her baby daddy got coins.
Yeah.
Now, if we did find out that Janet Jackson was getting welfare checks, I'm telling you right now, I'm bringing the whole family down.
Yo, she was just at Carnival.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, she was there this past Carnival.
Did you see her?
In Trinidad?
No, Carnival at the dancers at Avalon.
It's a dancer ball.
Yeah, she was there.
You saw her?
I saw her. She was up on the riser.
Why couldn't we go up there?
I didn't know she was fucking gonna be there. JR told me. I was like, you lying. Next thing I know, all over the fucking Instagrams, fucking Janet Jackson's at Carnival.
Damn.
Okay.
Well, so what happened with the baby daddy?
Okay. Well, apparently one of her son's nannies felt like there was some alleged aggressive behavior coming from her ex-husband, so she took it upon herself to notify Janet, who then called the cops to do a welfare check. They came to Malibu, to the Nobu Hotel, and checked on everything, seemed copacetic, and they basically told her, it's a civil matter, don't call us again. And so, why do we know about this, though?
I don't know.
Because this is L.A., and you can't keep a motherfucking secret in this town?
First of all, how you got $1 billion and still getting CPS called on you?
That part.
I mean, I thought, never mind.
I would date Janet Jackson.
A lot of people would.
No, I'm like really
wow,
thinking.
he said that like it was a fucking news flash.
Because one day I met her.
I
she
would
said,
date Janet Jackson.
She met me at the BET Awards. She said, "You're very handsome."
She probably says that to a lot of people.
She didn't. She said that in like the
It's
way.
like calling somebody honey and sweetheart.
It's
What?
like
Listen,
no.
what?
She
I'm
she
crushing
said
your
that in the
dreams.
way. She said that in the way you would say to your dog, like, "Oh, you're so cute." And she didn't mean it like I want to fuck you.
No, but I was really just thinking. I had a vision. Like I feel like I could get her.
Let me not crush your dreams. You could get
What
Janet
would you
Jackson.
do if I popped up and I was dating Janet Jackson?
I would dap you.
If I found out you were dating Janet Jackson, we're gonna call the person that's managing your estate to take you away from her, to take her away from you.
What the fuck?
Because somehow
She
she
would've lost her
slipped up
mind.
and smoked something and did something. Janet Jackson.
Listen,
What if I came in here one day and told you that I was dating Rihanna?
I would.
No, I'm serious. What if I did? What if I came and said, hey, yo, me and Rihanna are fucking?
I think this would be our collective expression. I'd be like...
Or what if I came here and said, hey, there's nobody in the industry that I'm attracted to right now.
You're dating Marc Jacobs. I would believe you.
He's gay. He's engaged, by the way, to my friend Char.
See, and I'm straight. So, but I wouldn't diminish and say you can't get Marc Jacobs.
What if I came in and said, yo, me and T.I. are dating now?
You stretching it down.
That's hilarious.
I say, man, be clear, man.
That's hilarious. Okay, but wait, some breaking news. So Kate Spade's husband says he has no idea what she's talking about. Ask your dad. He said there was no indication that she was going to attempt suicide. They've been separated for 10 months, and there was no plans to divorce. So this was as much of a shock to him as it was to everybody else. But he also said that she was battling depression for a very long time, very severe depression.
I mean, if you think about when somebody actually kills herself, you tied it around your neck. You tied it around the knot. You actually knew you were getting ready to leave your child. You really are ready to go.
No, but here's even the...
Right? You're ready to go.
Yeah, no, but here's even the crazy part. This is twofold. One, as women, we don't really like to make a mess, and we don't want to feel pain. So we tend to want to do it...
Like take pills.
Take pills, maybe get into a warm bath, slit your fucking wrists, and just fall asleep.
You want to talk about something? You ever thought about that shit?
Listen, no, nigga, no.
Okay.
I'm, anyways.
I was in a club one day, and this guy, and he probably listens to our show, but I'm going to just say this. This guy in a wheelchair rolls up on me.
I already know who you're talking about.
No, he's not from here. He's from the Bay Area.
Okay.
Did you get it? He rolls up on me. Can you follow my jokes?
I didn't want to laugh at that. I did not want to laugh at that.
If y'all don't
doing this with you guys.
Rolls up on me.
If y'all don't laugh at these carefully placed jokes, I'm gonna roll up out of here.
I'm not fucking with you guys.
Anyway, he rolled up on me in a packed nightclub. First of all, I don't know how he was rolling around in a packed nightclub, but he did. And I remember looking at him, and he was so nice to me, but he was like coming at me like a nigga. And he was so sweet to me, and he was so nice, and he was so cute.
And you thought about it.
And I gave him my number. But then, like we talked a little bit, but then it was just like, I know that I'm not going to be able to date you.
I entertained the idea one time. I went to a barbecue at a prison, and I ended up with a pen pal who was in a wheelchair.
You sent him nudes?
Listen.
With what?
Listen.
He's in fucking jail.
Listen, I'm okay with sweeping you off your feet, but I'm not carrying you around my whole life. And the thing about it is, like, I'm going to just keep it real. There are people in the world that are much better than me, that have compassion and all that. I just, and if I was to get into, God forbid, let me knock on this wood. This ain't even a real brick. Let me just say, like, God forbid something was to happen to me. I would want my partner to stay with me, but I would understand if they left me.
Really?
Yes. Absolutely. I'm a realist because I know me. I'm not saying...
You'd leave.
No, I'm saying, like, if I was in love with somebody and invested in them and something happened, I mean, if I'm deeply in love, maybe I wouldn't leave, but I'm going to be like, baby, we got to have somebody. You can jack me off, but I got to fuck something.
Okay, well...
We'll work it out.
I only do that for one person.
Because when I love you, I really love you.
But what if his dick worked? Still worked. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, but like, when you're giving somebody head, you want to see their legs moving. If they can't squirm, it's like, how do you rate your performance?
Oh, God.
Make a tape of it.
Yeah. My dick don't fall asleep anymore,
okay, here's
by the
a
way.
crazy thing. It's this girl.
My dick don't fall asleep anymore. That's the closest to paralyzed I've ever been.
That's good. Look,
because when your dick falls asleep, you really can't move.
Yo, I have this girl that is, I won't say she's stalking me, but she's fucking on me. And
the girl last night in the trench coat that kept following us from club to club?
No. She was in a trench coat?
You fucked some girl in a trench coat.
I did not,
You
Jason.
said you fucked her.
I'm trying to tell you something.
You didn't say you fucked that girl. That's my friend. It's right over there.
I didn't say I fucked her. I said I got her naked once.
Well, then what did you do with that?
No, I'm not talking about her. I want to tell you about this deaf girl that I'm fucking with right now. I'm dead ass serious.
What you mean she can't hear where you come from?
I'm fucking with this deaf girl right now.
Is she really deaf?
But
is she really deaf?
Yes. The funny thing is she's a stripper.
You can say whatever you want about her because she ain't gonna hear it.
Yo, one day she
won't talk your ear off.
She called me on there. It was like, "Hey Giovanni, how you doing? This is me." Blah 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 blah. I'm like, "Yo, but you fucking deaf." She's like, "I know. I'm using a voice simulator to articulate when I'm." And she's a stripper, bro. And she's deaf.
How does she dance on beat?
She feels the vibration on the stage.
Damn. She's talented.
But she deaf. And like one day,
let me see a picture.
She sent me a video the other day of her.
Did you have sex with her? Did you have sex with her?
No, I can't have sex with her.
Why? Because she's deaf?
Yeah.
You know what? That's discrimination.
First of all, you
right
can't
there,
have.
that's discrimination.
There's a deaf person that I met online who was so fucking fine, but they wouldn't meet with me because they thought I would discriminate against them for being deaf.
I have never presented these scenarios to myself. Ooh, she's pretty. Oh, wait. Oh, it's a filter. I didn't mean that. No, she's still pretty.
Wait,
Sorry.
what does that mean?
I couldn't. You got to
Let me see her. Let me see her. Is she talking?
See, with those filters, you can't tell what the girl looks like because it's got the fuzziness and the crown.
She's yelling in sign language.
She's yelling in sign language, so we can't hear that.
She has a lot of confidence. Wait, so
I've never had sex with her. I'm not because no.
Okay.
Because I don't want to imagine hearing her sounds when she's coming or something.
What are you afraid she sounds like?
If you make
I'm
the
not
sound,
doing it.
I will walk out. She just tried to set you up.
Yeah, and I almost did it, just like Drake's daddy almost fell for that question shit. I'm not doing it. I'm not having sex with her, but she's been just sending me all this sign language, naked pictures and shit.
Okay. Well.
Would you ever have sex with a deaf guy? Or, you know?
Sure. I don't know.
But them sounds.
On this note, people, and I want you to hear the sound of my voice.
Oh, they gonna let me have it. Mm-hmm. They gonna let us all have it today.
I think we should review this show before we put it out. All right, people, we out of here. Peace.
Peace out, everybody.